Hello, everybody, and welcome to the crap.
Uh,
6? Is this one 6?
Yeah, you gotta be more
Six,
energetic.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the number 6 episode of the Film Studies Club podcast.
Stupid, dude.
I am joined by my vice host. No, I am your host, Robert Burke, and I am joined by my vice host, Pahul Chabra.
Okay, seriously, seriously.
You had the whole argument for the whole co-host thing, so you've been demoted to vice host.
So you're gonna say our names though? You have no right over my name.
Did I say your name?
Yes, you did.
I apologize. Rewind. And my vice host.
P Dog.
And we also are joined by our fact guy, Nicholas Manna.
It's me.
And we don't have a special guest this week because we realized that we had more episodes with special guests than without special guests. So we hadn't really established a regular for the podcast yet. Anyways, let's go through and describe our backgrounds. So Nick, you go first.
Mine is the Boss Baby, but like 3D rendered. Even though that's the original Boss Baby. Anyways.
I looked it up and it just said Hood Boss Baby, and that's what mine is. And apparently it's XXXTentacion who's dead, so I feel kind of bad. Oh, there's one person left.
Okay, just making sure. Mine is my dinner tonight.
That looks pretty good, Pahul. Can you send me some?
Greek food. No, this is a Google image, so.
Can you send me some, though, in the mail?
Well, the thing is that I eat meat, you don't, so you know.
Dang, that's facts.
You know, actually, I watched a time lapse of ground beef that was like put out for like 45 hours, and the guy flips the ground beef, right? And there's a bunch of maggots crawling all over it. So I feel like that's what's gonna happen if I send my gyro over to you.
Ah, gotcha. I wouldn't eat it anyways because I am a vegetarian going vegan. So
you can feed it to your dogs.
You know that's the tough part about having dogs. Like if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, is that like for a dog's diet, it's like essential that they have meat. So you can't really have like a vegetarian dog. It's
cruel to make your dog go vegetarian.
And same thing with cats with milk. If you don't give them milk, then like, you know, it's just like a cruelty thing. The only like truly vegan pet is a bird, which is an interesting fact.
Bird.
Bird. Nick, do you have a bird as the word sound effect? Come on, you gotta have one.
Working on it. I like that bird.
Oh my god, it's not working again?
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Oh my god, this is Surfing Bird by the Trashman. This is my favorite song.
I'm not gonna play that. No, I'm not using my original sound effect board. I'm using a scuffed one.
Whoa! Let's not talk about that. Anyways, so we are going to talk about today two of the greatest animated films in recent memories. Three, actually.
Say that, brother.
We are going to talk about Trolls from 2016, Trolls World Tour from 2020. It just came out on VOD. And then we'll talk about another DreamWorks classic, The Boss Baby, which came out in 2017. So let's start off with our first one, which is Trolls. Gonna be honest, I haven't seen this movie in a while, but from what I remember, it's about these trolls who sing pop, and they're very like poppy, and they just sing all day. And then one day there's these like giant like things that show up, and they steal a bunch of trolls. So then the Anna Kendrick troll and the Justin Timberlake troll have to go looking for all their other trolls, and then they start singing. So let's see. Why don't you start off with this, Paul? What were your thoughts on the first Trolls?
Well, I think this movie's very fun. You know, it's full of colors and everything, and it might just be my brain, but I responded very well to it. Like I wasn't bored because there was so much to like, whoa, vibrant colors and everything. I felt like a kid who was being entertained. Like, you know, you plop a kid down, you put on something on the TV. This is a perfect movie for that. And I want to be honest with you, I was lying. I haven't really watched this movie. I'm just going by what I saw during the second Trolls movie. But I feel like the first Trolls movie was the same.
Wow. So I'm the only one who's seen Trolls on this podcast, and I saw it 4 years ago.
Not you.
Well, anyways, so from what I remember from Trolls when I saw this in 2016 in theaters, was that it was a very vibrant and very colorful kids movie, but it was just so unbelievably annoying. And I mean, I don't have like I don't remember it super well, so I can't like say definitively if that's the way it was. But I just remember sitting in the movie theater and literally every single line that Anna Kendrick said, I just wanted to like punch Anna Kendrick's troll in the face. And Anna Kendrick is one of like my favorite actresses, just in terms of like personality. So the fact that this movie was annoying enough to do that to me just like goes to prove that this movie is just so irritating if you're over the age of 5 or you're Pahul. And additionally, I mean, like it's very colorful, which is very good.
It is very colorful.
It kind of looks like a scrapbook, is what I thought while I was watching it.
Yeah.
It feels like a 3D animated scrapbook.
Like those scrapbooks you open, and then you have like the song playing, and there's like the 3D images and everything. It's like a really well done scrapbook. There's like sparkles everywhere.
Okay.
It brings back like that like childhood feeling of like bliss, you know? But it's just in the visual style. And the story is so simple and like so dumb. And I remember when watching this was like a very specific point of criticism that 13-year-old Robert had when watching Trolls in a movie theater by himself. Was that the like trolls, they're like going on their adventure to go save their friends. They spend like 20 minutes at the beginning just setting things up, and then after they get stolen and everything, and then like the other like hour of the movie is them at like the secondary location where the trolls are. And like with movies like this, you're supposed to have like an adventure feeling, you know, you're supposed to go from point A to point B, and it's like all the fun area in between. But this movie literally just goes like straight to point B, and then it feels like the trolls are just like walking around for like 50 minutes, and it feels like there's not much of a plot for a majority of this movie. This one definitely, it felt more like it should have been a short film that they kind of just stretched out. And you know, I mean, it's good for kids, like Pahul said, but as the only one who's seen this
really
movie
good
in this podcast currently, I would not recommend it. And I am going to give it Trolls a 4 out of 10. Pahul?
Pahul, I didn't watch the movie, bro.
I know, but do you have any score for it regardless?
7.5. Oh wait. Delete that. Bleep that.
Okay.
That's my score.
I'm gonna give it a can't wait for the live action reboot out of 10.
Could you imagine a live action reboot of Trolls? That would be awesome.
It'll be like Cats, but with trolls.
Anyways, so thankfully the other two movies these two morons have seen. So,
I heard that.
Next we are on to Trolls World Tour.
But I have some facts.
What?
I have some facts.
Yes, facts.
Oh crap! I honestly did not think you'd be able to find any facts for this movie, but go on.
Robert, it's a blockbuster movie.
That.
This movie was the first musical for DreamWorks since The Road to El Dorado in 2000.
Your voice is so boring.
That was the most significant fact that you had.
It was the shortest one I found on IMDb.
There has to be a more interesting fact than that, I swear.
Okay, let me.
I'm going on. I am going on IMDb right now.
Justin Timberlake's second DreamWorks animation film after Shrek the Third in 2007.
That is not an interesting fact, Nick. You were looking for the least interesting fact. I swear.
Wait,
okay, how about this?
Justin Timberlake is heterosexual, right?
Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure.
Actually,
I always thought he was gay.
Fact checker Nick, look up Justin Timberlake's sexuality.
No, because Kill Whooper and A-Push told me that he's not gay, and I was like, "What?"
Wait, who did?
Then I couldn't pay attention.
Kill
Whooper.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I couldn't focus for an A-Push because I was just thinking about Justin Timberlake being heterosexual.
Okay, shut up. This is the fact. Cloud says high five, even though they all have 4 fingers. 5 out of 7 people found this interesting. Thank you, IMDb.
Okay, here's the top fact. When Prince Poppy is dancing in the large basket costume and gloves, it is a hat tip to the Bring It On Down characters Justin Timberlake has portrayed on Saturday Night Live. Huh.
What?
We need to choose movies that have more interesting facts. Nick,
That's true. That's
did you
how we
figure
should choose
out
movies.
did you figure out what Justin Timberlake's sexuality is?
I found an article titled Lance
Just
Bass
just
thought
look up Justin Timberlake boyfriend question mark.
that wouldn't
This- No, there's websites where they say like Justin Timberlake gay to Justin Timberlake straight.
I looked up Justin Timberlake sexuality.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake
gay.
wife question mark. Oh, Justin Timberlake has a wife.
We're
Certified bisexual or
Oh,
heterosexual.
here it is. On today.com, Lance Bass thought Timberlake was gay.
I was literally about to say that, but then you cut me off.
Dude,
Yeah, take that, Nick.
people
In this
think
world,
that.
it's
like
eat or be eaten.
We're really trying to stretch out
the
that
Mandela
timeline.
Oh, okay, Nick. Transitionary sound effect.
Okay.
Nick, come on. Don't. What was that?
The
What
Lego
was
Yoda,
that?
the Lego Yoda down, death effect.
Anyways, we are now on to our next movie, which is Trolls World Tour. So this one takes place.
Sorry.
What was that? Was that like bruh and then it like 9 times and then 27 times? Was it one of those things?
It was titled "Biggest Bruh Moment."
Was that the whole?
Here, wait.
Was that the whole sound effect?
Okay, that was
We're
loud.
gonna get copyrighted. I'm sure we already did for the bird 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 song that we used. Okay. So shut up.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Here, I'll read the Trolls World Tour synopsis on Letterboxd. Queen Poppy and Branch make a surprising discovery. There are other
Louder.
trolls beyond their own, other troll worlds beyond their own, and their distinct differences create big clashes between these various tribes. When a mysterious threat puts all of trolls across the land in danger, Poppy, Branch, and their band of friends must embark on an epic quest to create harmony among the feuding trolls to unite them against certain doom.
Dun,
All right.
dun.
Nick, you're gonna go first on this one. What were your thoughts on Trolls World?
Yeah, Nick.
I thought that it was very interesting for Dreamworks to use their franchise of trolls to tackle racism. The subject of racism. I think
I don't think it was about racism.
No, this entire movie is an allegory for racism.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I
he had
feel
this
like-
whole debate with me.
I feel like it's more of a generational shift thing.
What does that mean? Explain yourself.
Like, it's like boomers versus millennials. It's like with the new Gangnam Style party rock anthem versus the Barracuda.
The Gangnam
and stuff,
style scene was awesome.
This wasn't.
Oh, it
this
was.
This
It
had
was sick.
nothing to do with age. It was not like Okay, it was genres of music
No, but
and
you
not
you
time
could say it
periods.
was loosely about age because of the different styles battling it out.
No.
For ultimate domination.
No, it was different strings, not how old the strings were.
Different strings. Nick, it wasn't about racism. Like,
Yes, it was.
it
I'm
wasn't,
looking this
it
up. I'm
wasn't
looking this up.
allegorical to
Okay,
racism.
Nick, it's not gonna say anywhere that Trolls was about racism. Okay, really
yeah,
quick,
no
I
one's
found
stupid enough.
I found an awesome fact, Nick. You know how we said that one guy looked like the animation design, he looked like the guy from Good Burger? Nick?
What? Sorry, huh?
Nick, you know how there was that one character and we thought his animation design looked like the lead character from Good Burger?
Yeah.
The dude was in Good Burger.
Oh my god.
That's so awesome.
Trolls World Tour. Is this racist? Trollist on the positive side. ... It doesn't read more. Hold on. I'm gonna.
Nick, that did not help
Nick,
us at all. Can you finish
Nick,
your
Nick,
review, please?
Okay, no, seriously though, it's not something like that. It's not even a fact. Just because someone on the internet tells you something doesn't mean it's fact, Nick.
Yeah, I
You have
really
to
don't.
grow up. Grow up.
Okay. I think that it's an allegory for racism.
Okay, fine. You know what? I'll give you the go.
No,
let's just-
don't give it to him. It's definitely not an allegory for racism.
Okay.
But
You know,
he should.
It's
Let
an
the kid be
allegory for
happy.
general division. It's not specifically racism.
I feel like they. Okay. You know how you know that Bo Burnham skit where he's like all the round shapes lived in one neighborhood, and then the square shapes live in another neighborhood. And at the end, he was like, "This is a metaphor for racism." You could also say that like cornered shapes and round shapes were just like a allegory for differences. But we all know the underlying thing is racism, because there were different races of trolls. I don't know what to tell you.
Nick, I don't know about that. I don't think DreamWorks would be bold enough to go out there and make a movie about racism unless it was Boss Baby 2.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Can you finish your review?
So, first of all, I think it was very brave of DreamWorks to
I'll text you, don't worry.
Should we just pause?
No, keep on going. Keep this in the podcast too.
Oh, welcome back, Bahul.
Welcome back, Pahul.
I'm back.
Yeah, we see you, bro. We see you. Okay, Nick, finish your review.
I
You did
thought
not need to burp there.
I thought it was very brave of DreamWorks. Let me get my notes. I forgot to bring.
Oh
up.
my god, you had all that time and you decided to not get out your notes.
I forgot.
You took like 5 notes on the movie, anyways.
Oh yeah.
You know, I took notes on my movie. I took notes too.
I thought this movie was a massive, like gold mine for like a lot of trendy, stupid idiot stuff. It was very trendy. That like in the beginning, there's a random cute dog. That's pretty trendy. And then the entire movie, there was a lot of music that was extremely trendy, and I hate it. And it was all pop. And also
Such a boomer.
the pop stands for the right race.
Nick,
You're
you
a
do not need to
boomer,
bring up the
dude.
racism again.
You're so boomer.
Yeah,
Like-
you're kind of a boomer, Nick.
Like One More Time song in the beginning, like come on.
One more time.
And also the entire movie doesn't have an epilepsy warning. It probably does in the beginning, but I didn't read it, so therefore.
No, it didn't have an epilepsy warning. I thought that was shocking because there's so many scenes that would cause epilepsy.
Wow, that's actually screwed up. Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
like they
a lot
have
of
to do that in
colors.
movie theaters, but apparently on Amazon Prime they don't have to do that.
Boo.
Yeah, seriously. You know what's
Yeah,
scary?
you know
about
what?
Amazon?
Amazon sucks. You know, Amazon really does suck. You know, like they treat their workers like trash. It's horrible. Yeah, that's the only Jeff I hate.
You know,
Jeff Bezos.
billionaires are just like that, Pahul. They're greedy. No one should be a billionaire.
You know, if I were a billionaire, I wouldn't even bother. I just stay in my home and chill.
Dang, that would be pretty cool. Aren't you just doing that right now, though?
Yeah, but I'm not a billionaire. I'm just a
Not yet.
True that.
Wait, hold up, Pahul. How would you make your money if you never left your house?
Ever heard of the stock market?
So you're gonna make $1 billion from investing in stocks.
Hello, Wall Street. Please invest in Microsoft. 30 years later, millions.
Well, Microsoft isn't gonna go up from where it is at now.
Also, Wall
Why
Street
not?
would be making the money. You wouldn't be making any money.
No, I'd invest my money. Nick, I invest my money. It goes up. I pull out.
You just said Wall Street. You didn't say you were investing anything.
No. No, but when I called
dumb.
Wall Street, it was like, it's like that's like the center, you know. That's like the center. That's like where you go.
Actually,
to
it's
get
a movie.
Stocks.
Yeah,
It's
Wall
like-
Street is a movie, and they made a parody of it in Grand Theft Auto 5, which is awesome.
Wall Street.
Can I say my review? now?
Yeah, say your fact, Nick.
So, no, not my fact. Okay, so here's what I had in my notes. Very comedic, and the trolls are insanely racist because the music is like they're racist in a sense.
Can you talk about literally anything else other than the race issue with this movie, please?
And also, imperialism is already happening within the intro. Like, how crazy is it for DreamWorks to go into such touchy territory? How brave. They said vibe, too. How trendy and timely. There is a sense of removing...
Such a boomer, dude.
There is a sense of removing body hair for women in this society.
Culture.
Possibly to suggest that even trolls have expectations. Hopefully...
Okay. Good job, Nick. Good job.
No, I want to hear the rest of what Nick has to say.
Hopefully they get rid of the stigma within the movie. Guy from Emoji Movie Thumbs Up is in this movie, so that's awesome. They're all
James
separated.
Corden is in this movie. Yes.
They're all separated. This is similar to how society is right now because of the virus. Robert said that. I could see a lot of inspiration from Mad Max, the Minion movie, the Emoji movie, and others as well.
Don't do that with their eyes, please. Please. I'm really touchy about eyes. Like, genuinely
what's wrong
don't do
with
that.
this?
Oh god, oh god.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. How can I turn his camera off for me alone?
No, I'm done.
All right. Ah!
Whoa, how did you guys? wait. I just want to see. I just want to see what this does. Whoa. Okay, Nick, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go next. So, Trolls World Tour. I actually got really excited to watch this movie because it was the first new release that I was getting to watch in like a really long time. And watching it, I felt like I was in a movie theater again, which was awesome. And that feeling is probably the reason that I'm giving this a higher review than it deserves, because really it has all of the same problems as the first one. What I will say is that where the first one felt like a short film that was like stretched out across 30 minutes, this one felt like an actual feature-length movie that like fit 90 minutes of runtime, and it didn't, it didn't try to stretch anything too far out, which was good. I like that about this Trolls one. Yeah. I must say, Nick, you missed the biggest influences on this movie and what it was really based on. I saw this movie as a combination of Midsummer, and what was the other movie? Nick, we had this conversation. It was Midsummer,
Infinity War,
Infinity War, because like the whole like 6 strings with the 6 stones is like totally the same thing. And then also they brought in like the most annoying pop music you can imagine. That is one benefit, though. The pop music got better in this movie. I still think that it's stupid. This is a very light spoiler. But at the very end, there's supposed to be a song that's supposed to be combining like all genres of music. But it's literally just like a pop song, which was really stupid. And what Nick was talking about with the pandering is actually very true. This movie is pandering to the lowest common denominator, like constantly. And it makes sense for a kid's movie, but in doing so, it loses like all of the creativity that a movie like this could have. I will say the animation looks fantastic, but it also like some of the shots just looked really flat. Like the colors are great. The idea of it kind of looking like a scrapbook is like original, and I like that. But sometimes some of the shots just looked flat, and they looked like, I don't know. It wasn't visually stunning in certain scenes, and it was in others. It was very odd, and they used a lot of colors, which I was very like appreciative of, because I like it when there's like big like color spectrums in movies. It's like pretty cool. And Sam Rockwell, he was cool in this movie. He played the cowboy. The cowboy who like hangs out with them on the boat for a little bit of time.
I don't think he's a cowboy, dude. Did you even see the
cowboy.
movie?
He's from the country land.
My favorite character was the teardrop.
Okay, spoiler alert. The guy's a yodeler.
Okay, but he acts like a cowboy.
Yeah, but like...
By the way, country music tier, for anyone that was wondering, was played by Griffin McElroy. And I thought that he did an amazing job as the country music tier, as Nick brought up earlier.
Do you have any idea what we're talking about?
you know when the rock trolls were like freaking out, and then like a tear came down and the tears started screaming?
Oh yeah.
There was a whole actor for that scream named Griffin McElroy. I was talking with Nick. Imagine making like a reel for like all the performances you've done in Hollywood, and in the middle of it, it's just rock music tier from Trolls World Tour. I just think that's really awesome. And beyond that, it's just, I don't know. It's innocent. It's a very innocent movie. You can't really complain about it because it's just like a Trolls movie. And it was better than the first one. It was an increase. All right, Pahul, you're up.
There were a lot of colors in this movie. It was a very colorful movie.
Why are you bouncing so much?
Because I'm excited. Because I get to talk now. I have the stage. Excuse me.
Or cancer.
Anyway, colorful movie. I didn't feel guilty going on my phone during this because it's a kid's movie. And I don't have to pay a lot of attention because it's a slow movie because kids are naturally very dumb. It takes some time for them to get smart. And I feel like I'm smarter than a 5-year-old. And so I So I went on my phone. I'm proud of it. Let me pull up my notes here.
You've had all this time to pull up your notes. Both of you have this problem, I swear.
Oh, and I love the fact that they had Party Rock Anthem and Gangnam Style within like a minute. That was very good. You know what?
That was.
Yeah, that was good. And I like the Who Let the Dogs Out thing too. Like I was really excited during that. I had fun during this movie. I was like, whoa, when everything became black and white. I was like, what? And then like music's inside you and everything. That really touched me.
We just spoiled the entire movie, but that doesn't matter.
Who cares? No one's gonna pay $20 to see this.
Yeah, $20 is a big price. Although if you think about it, for families, that's a good price. Because like if you have a family of 5, that's like $50 that you're going to be spending going to the theater plus snacks. So 20 isn't a bad price for families, which this movie is kind of targeted towards.
Say I had like 6 kids or something, I wouldn't mind watching this movie with them. You know, I'd be like chilling with them because I'd be having fun during this movie. I'd be like, whoa, what's that? Whoa, what's that? Whoa, another person. Whoa, it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's better than the first in that regard. Is that like it's not as annoying as the first one, but it's still a somewhat irritating movie. You have anything else to say?
Also, I love the fact that like 90 minutes seemed like good for it. I'm really grateful that it wasn't 2 or 2.5 hours long. I would not be able to take that.
An animated kids movie is never that long, like ever.
Thank God.
Okay, Nick is asleep. Should we go and do scores?
Yeah.
Okay, Paul, you need to use an emoji that isn't clap and isn't thumbs up. Okay.
Oops, already did. Thumbs up.
That's appropriate because the thumbs up emoji was in this movie.
That's very true. I will give this a 5.5 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it
a pandering out of 10.
A pandering out of 10.
There you go, Nick. Okay, and now we're on to our last movie.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. I always forget about this part. There's got to be nothing interesting about this. Oh, actually, there are some interesting facts. I hope that you pulled up the right one.
Oh. I'm just looking at them right now.
You serious, Nick?
This is David P. Smith's directorial debut. I really struggled to get that.
He was only the co-director too. Okay, can I share an interesting fact if you really don't have one?
No. Okay,
hey,
go
how about
ahead.
this? Sam Rockwell Hickory showed up to his first day of acting dressed in a head-to-toe cowboy outfit.
Damn.
Right? Okay, what's interesting about this movie is that this is the first movie in film history to be planned to open in theaters and then end up opening on streaming services.
How appropriate.
It's very interesting that this movie is actually historically significant for the film industry.
Trolls World Tour.
What?
Trolls World Tour.
And actually, the studios are really angry with Universal because they said that they were going to drop this movie on streaming services when they first announced it, like to the public. That's the first time the movie theaters heard of it. So the movie theaters got really mad with Universal, and they came out and made this big report. NATO did, not North Atlantic Treaty Organization, but North American Theater Organization. They came out and said, "We will not forget this," which was like super passive aggressive. It was like,
whoa,
right? Anyways, is that all you have, Nick?
You'll be able to watch Trolls World Tour with a video on demand rental starting Friday, April 10th.
Okay. Quick side note: Prime Video is terrifying. Think about it. It is a streaming service, a rental and purchase service, and a movie studio all in one. That's like Netflix meets iTunes meets like Universal.
Well, doesn't Netflix make its own movies and stuff?
Yeah, but they don't go to theaters like Prime does. Prime movies do. Like The Big Sick was an Amazon Prime movie.
Oh, and also the other movie,
Honey Boy.
No, keep going.
I honestly cannot think of another one right now.
Oh God, I'm gonna look this up. This is gonna be an earworm thing.
My left eye
Nick,
is really blurry.
can we get a transition sound effect?
For sure, bro. For sure.
Come on.
Let me.
It's a race. Who will find it first? What song was that?
Come on.
Spotlight, Moonlight.
Oh, it was. How is it that? Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, how appropriate for this movie, because we are now onto our third movie, which is another DreamWorks recent animated classic, The Boss
Gringo.
Baby.
Gringo? Yeah.
I barely remember Gringo. How do you remember Gringo?
I watched that movie.
I haven't.
Theaters.
I have not seen it.
I saw it, dude.
That's a
I
movie you've
remember
seen
this
that I
movie.
haven't. Isn't that nuts?
That's actually pretty nuts.
Oh my gosh, Paul Hula, you should make a Letterboxd account, like an actual one for logging all the movies you review on here.
I made a letterbox.
I know you
account.
have one, but you should make a new one because I don't think you want to be associated with that one.
That's true. Ooh.
You should make a new one, and then we can shout it out at the end of every podcast episode.
Wait, what?
Nick, you should make one too. You should make a Letterboxd account.
Oh. Nope.
Anyways, so the Boss Baby, I'm going to do this without a Letterboxd description, is about a baby who, it's about this little boy, actually. This little boy, he's got, this little boy, he doesn't want a brother because a brother would take all the attention away from that he gets from his parents. So, but what happens is that one day, this baby shows up in a limousine and walks into the house.
Happened to me.
It's their baby brother. And he has to deal with the baby brother. But the thing is, this baby brother ain't any regular baby brother. This baby brother is voiced by Alec Baldwin. And he's in a suit, and he is a boss. So he is the boss baby.
Oh, that happened to Hargan? Like.
I lived this.
Yeah, wait, explain how you lived this.
Well, I was a happy-go-lucky kid, as you would put it. And I was just chilling. And then one day, they bring the baby home, Actually, the story goes that I go and see my brother in the hospital.
Hargan is voiced by Alec Baldwin?
Maybe, who knows?
You should call him. You should ask him live on the podcast.
I feel like no.
Okay, continue.
The story goes that the first time I saw my brother, I didn't want to stay in the hospital anymore, so I walked out of the room. I was like really passive aggressive. It was crazy.
Oh, what the hell's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with him, dude?
You just walked out on your baby brother's birth.
How old were you?
I was 2 years old and counting.
And counting.
Yeah. 2 years and 3 days.
15 years later, he's still the same person.
I'm 16, 14 years later.
Yeah, but you're almost 17.
Not really. Why are we talking about my birthday on this podcast?
I don't know why we're talking about your birthday.
What's
Paul,
going on right now?
You go first. What are your thoughts on The Boss Baby?
The Boss Baby. Let me pull up my notes.
You guys have to watch one movie or review without notes.
I didn't take notes for this week. I completely forgot. I don't know why. I should have.
Didn't you watch it like today?
Yeah, I watched it while pooping. And
you watched the whole movie while you were pooping.
Okay, you know how some movies are so engrossing. You just don't want to leave. Like I almost finished the entire movie while pooping, but then it hurt too much, so I had to get up.
He
anyway,
for nearly 2 hours.
Boss, seriously? We're nearly 2 hours in this podcast?
No, we're not.
Not what I said.
We're 40 minutes into this podcast.
We are 40 minutes into this podcast.
Okay.
Jinx.
What to say about this movie? This movie was I would have skipped this, whatever.
You can't skip this. Heck? You watched this movie. You have to be able to say at least one thing about it.
Okay, there was this one scene where they're getting ready for go to work day, and the baby farts, and that disturbed me.
Why did that disturb you? It's a baby fart.
Because, but it's like still a fart, No one likes to smell farts, and I felt like I could smell the fart, and it was horrible.
Well, he was in the
Wow.
bathroom, so.
And you know what? This movie was very relatable. And if I were 2 years old and Hargan was just born, I would have loved this movie a lot more.
What do you have? You
What?
know, Nick and I saw this movie almost. We saw it 3 years ago, and we're probably going to have more in-depth analysis than the guy who watched it today. How does that feel, Paul?
Well, I mean, you know how like art. When you look at art the first time, you're like, wow, this is crazy stuff. But then you go home and you sleep on it, and you think about it, and you're like, man, there's some other stuff in there. The artist is trying to convey something else. And
Are you
you've
saying that you
had
would have to sleep on the Boss Baby?
like for 3 or 4 years to get to your level. Yeah.
I want to sleep on the Boss Baby. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Nick, he's an infant.
Nick,
He is an infant
censored.
child.
Actually, is he really an infant? Because in the Boss Baby lore, apparently if you drink the baby fluid, you never get old. So he's probably like 40 or 50 years old, right?
Okay, no, but at the end of this, okay, spoilers for Boss Baby. Remember at the end of the movie when he was telling the story to his daughter, and then like the actual like brother came up and like started talking to him?
Yeah, because then he became an actual baby and then he stopped taking the baby potion. But at the time when we introduce ourselves to Boss Baby, because he's been taking that baby potion all, like, I don't know how long, he's probably like 40 or 50 years old.
That's actually kind of true. Did you know the guy who voiced the Boss Baby, Alec Baldwin, is like reportedly known as one of the worst people like in Hollywood? He like left his wife.
He's
his
such a
children.
bad father. He's such a bad father.
What do you know specifically? I don't know too much.
I know a clip that's super funny of him just screaming at his son over the phone.
Why is that funny?
Well, because just like I saw it in a funny video, so therefore I always attribute comedy to it.
Oh, he's vegetarian.
Well, no, it's just
That's
funny
why-
that.
Oh, hey, that's a good thing about him.
Okay, well.
Did you know, fun fact, Joaquin Phoenix has been a vegetarian since he was 3 years old.
Okay, who brought up walking? Everyone's talking about him these days because of the Joker. Enough. We get it.
Okay, no, but isn't that cool? He was a vegetarian since he was 3 years old.
Well, I mean, a lot of people born in India who can't eat meat because of religious reasons are vegetarian throughout their lives since they were 0 years old. So
Yeah, but they didn't choose that life. He chose that life at 3.
some people did.
It was because he went fishing with his dad and he saw the way that they had to kill the fish to eat it, and it like made him like cry all night.
When I was younger, I threw a fish on the ground because I was mad or something like that.
Was it like a fish like in your house aquarium? You just
No,
took it
it
out
was-
and threw it on the floor, and then
It
your dad
was-
was like, "Hey!"
It was while we were fishing.
It would be so funny if you had an aquarium, Nick, in your house.
Like, yeah, way too many animals.
Yeah, you really do. I could see your dad doing that with like a cat, just like, I'm sick of this, and throwing the cat on the floor.
Oh my god.
They're so dispensable at your house. There's so many of
We
them.
only have 6. What are you guys talking about?
6 cats?
No, 6 like animals.
That's way too many.
A lot of animals. You could open a petting zoo, dude. You're like Pi from Life of Pi.
Yeah,
Except
you are.
Yeah,
The Mana
yeah.
Petting Zoo. That would be so cool.
Bubble just called me 3.141596.
9265357. That's as far as I can go. Anyways, Boss Baby.
I was okay.
It's what?
Nothing.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Okay, Boss Baby. I remember seeing this movie back in the end of my 8th grade year. Oh, fun fact: we graduated to the song from Trolls.
I was
Anyways,
gonna say that, but I felt like most people do that,
well, not most people listening to this podcast knew that.
It was the talk of the town at the time that it happened.
It was the talk of the town. Shut up.
It was streamed live.
Yeah, to like 200 grandpas.
That's a lot of grandpas.
Anyways, so the Boss Baby, I actually do have pretty fond memories of seeing this because I saw it in theaters with my good friend Nick Mana, which was fun. And we saw it with another person and it wasn't as fun. But seeing it with Nick Mana was really cool. And then we went home and we talked about the movie for a while. And okay, so here's the thing. This movie, like, more than a lot of animated like kids movie. What are you laughing at, Paul?
What if they're listening to this?
I don't think so.
She hasn't responded to me on Discord.
What was I in the middle of saying?
Boss Baby.
Yeah, of course we're talking about. Oh, I like that this movie is like kind of playful in the way that like a lot of animated movies don't take themselves seriously enough, and this one I feel like it does. Like they literally they get to the convention to help like save their parents by getting on a plane full of Elvis impersonators. Like you don't get that much from animated movies, I feel, and I thought that that was really cool. Beyond that, I think the voice acting is pretty good in it. I honestly don't remember much about it, but like when I saw it, I remember thinking that it could have been a lot worse. That it was actually pretty enjoyable for being a animated kids movie that was intentionally made for kids, and it had a lot of absurd things in it. I also remember walking out of it and thinking it had Alec Baldwin and the other actor's name, Tobey Maguire, and it had another big actor with these directors, and I was thinking this movie would be awesome if the Coen brothers directed it. Like, I think it would be like a 10 times better Boss Baby. But anyways, I enjoyed it. It's fine. It's good. It's kind of stupid, but I don't know. It's all right. Nick, what were your thoughts on Boss Baby?
I have a theory.
Yeah?
That what's the big brother's name?
Let me look it up.
Casey.
Casey.
Okay, so I feel like...
Wait, seriously?
That sounded right. I don't know what it is. Oh,
That
Jimmy
sounded right to
Kimmel.
me.
Jimmy Kimmel voiced the dad in this movie.
Really?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Wait,
What?
was his name Francis?
It was like his middle name
Timmy.
was Lindsay.
It was Timmy. It was Timmy.
His middle name was like Lindsay or something.
It was his name is Tim though.
And that was a hilarious joke in the movie, by the
His
way.
name is Tim. Nick, go on.
Okay,
Tim
so
that out.
you just doxed my dad. Okay, anyways.
Oops. Well, no, but okay, go on.
I feel like my theory is that Timmy's mother, I don't know her name, Timmy's mother...
Yeah, her name in the script is Mom.
Timmy's mother named Mom had a miscarriage, and I think that Timmy is trying to get that out of his brain, so he's in denial, and therefore he is imagining this
Oh, that's kind of like one of those movies.
Boss Baby.
Okay, I don't see that because of the last scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Where like there's the grown-up versions of them and there's the actual like Alec Baldwin Boss Baby. Well, I think this whole movie is that it's a made-up story to keep his daughter entertained. That's why at the very end he's all like chummy with the Boss Baby dude. And they're all like, oh yeah, isn't that what happened? And they're like, oh yeah, that's what happened. It's literally just a story to entertain like the little girl. There's a bunch of people were looking for deeper meaning in this movie, and there is no deeper meaning in this movie.
She had a miscarriage, and
This movie is about abortion.
the Boss
Well,
Baby
actually-
is here.
Hmm.
Imagine Boss Baby, but like a horror movie.
I think there's a lot of different ways that you could spin this premise.
The Bye
Like,
Bye
I think-
Baby.
Could you imagine? Okay, imagine a horror movie where it's like these parents get a like baby, but the brother thinks that there's something up with it, and it turns out to be like a grown man that's like trying to terrorize them from inside the house.
Like
And only the little
Parasite.
girl knows about it. No, I could legitimately see that being a horror movie. We should make that movie.
Parasite.
I'll be the baby. Dibs of the baby.
No, we need an actual baby, and it'll be
I'll voice
animated.
the baby. I'll voice the baby.
There aren't enough animated horror movies. Anyways, is that Nick? What's your review? You already gave your review, right?
I liked how they showed nudity in this movie. I think it's really breaking grounds.
Wow.
Oh my god.
It's breaking grounds in the animated movie industry, and I think other
Is it
movies.
really?
Nick, the FBI are gonna call you later tonight.
Is it really?
Boss Baby.
They only show the butts, and they do that in Despicable Me 2 in the beach scene when the minion takes his thing off and he runs to the beach, and you can clearly see the
In the
minion's butt.
summertime,
That's
what
what happened.
I love that scene.
And touch the sky. That's
Yeah,
such
no,
a-
actually, I would have loved to see Minions or like a Minion movie instead of the Boss Baby. You know, I like the Minions.
But that's not DreamWorks.
fine.
Elimination.
Anyways,
We should have an episode where we watch the Illumination movies.
Illuminationathon.
Oh, we should. Yeah, that could be a topic. the week after we do the stand-up comedy ones.
Oh, how about all the Fast and the Furious movies?
Guys,
No,
we're
we'll
in
do
the
that.
middle
We'll do
of a
that when
podcast.
Fast 9 comes out.
We're in the middle of a podcast. We can't be scheduling.
Why not? Anyways, so, my brain is blank. I don't, this is the part where we do scores. Should we do scores?
Okay.
Or do you have something else to say, Pahul?
Let me think. Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Can you not do that with your eyes? Okay.
Okay, Pahul, what's your score for this movie? You cannot use emojis.
Drum roll. Hey.
I despise you.
It's a
I'm going to give
thumbs
Boss
up.
Baby a 5.575 out of 10. Nick?
I'm gonna give it a can't wait for the live action reboot out of 10 again.
You How about just Boss Baby 2 in 2021?
Yeah.
Dang, Nick, we should see that. It'll be our senior year in March. We should see it with you know who, and it'll be like we're living old times.
We so should.
That would be so funny. Anyways, Nick, trivia.
Oh shoot.
Da, da, da.
Okay, I can get some trivia.
No, I have it. Okay.
Yeah.
The first trailer was released on National Boss Day.
Is that
The baby's eyes change from blue to green and back again multiple times throughout the movie. 9 out of 11 people found that interesting. Thank you.
Here's what 90 out of 93 people found interesting. When Tim watches Boss Baby exit the car, Tim is wearing a shirt with the design 01 imprinted on it. However, when he gets downstairs, the digits change to 02. This indicates his being relegated to second place by Boss Baby.
Ooh, that's interesting. I like that.
called
Thank you, Robert.
symbolism. You're welcome.
See-
Don't I have
see,
way better facts
Much
than Nick?
better than Nick. Like, why are you here now? You know, like now it's coming.
He's recording this, Paul. Cool.
All right.
Calm your
Nick,
horses.
you're an awesome guy. Come over and you can have a cookie.
Oh, speaking of cookies, did you know that the line "cookies are for closers" is a reference to Glengarry Glen Ross, where Alec Baldwin says coffee is for closers, which is a movie about 6 guys that try to sell homes really quickly because Alec Baldwin is an a-hole. Good movie. Nick, transition sound effect?
Bazinga.
Sorry,
That was really quiet.
Let me do that
Yeah.
louder.
Okay.
Bazinga.
All right. Well, it's your time to shine.
Whoa.
What mobile game did we review this week?
Wait, what did we review this week?
The car game. Oh my god.
The car game?
The what
Driving
was it
simulator. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I deleted that after the like within an hour. But
Can
I
you tell
remember
us what it's
playing
about?
some of it. I remember I was
No,
really
we need a
bad at
plot
it.
synopsis first, Paul.
Okay, you are put into an Earth that needs your help. You are the only one who's capable of learning how to drive in this apocalyptic survival world. So you're gonna be handed the wheel, and may God be with you, because it's gonna be a road full of fury and mayhem as you try to make your way to a driver's license.
People are gonna download this and be very underwhelmed.
Okay. Shall we start?
Made with Unity.
Oh, do you want to start?
Was it really?
I mean, it's yeah, I think so. This game, full of ads, which is very disappointing. And I played this game and I wasn't very good at it, and I kind of started panicking about my DMV test because of how bad I was. So I told my mom to take me out to drive, even though I can't leave the house, just to get some practice in. So that's a good thing that the game did. It made me practice. Bam! Thank you, game. I deleted you.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna go next. Pahul sent this game to me, and I played way more of it than I should have because I kept on trying to give it a chance because I thought that you actually did like this game, and that's why you recommended it. But this game is garbage. Okay, first things first. The steering mechanic is awful. Like, the car turns way too much. The other thing is, it's way too easy to accelerate in this game, but it's hard to keep, like, a consistent pace when driving. and I was at 103 miles per hour on the street, and I just when I let go, it like went down to 27 almost instantly. The mechanics in this game are so screwed up. It doesn't actually simulate driving like in any way at all. And also, like I think that this game would be fun if it was like GTA, where you could like drive off the road and like hit people and like that kind of stuff.
That is just GTA. That is, let me literally just download
Like-
GTA.
Whenever you hit somebody, it just goes to a "you lost" screen.
Okay, what's the name of the game? Because there's a very specific name this game has.
It's like Drive Academy 2020, I think.
Yeah, let me look it up so our listeners know what game we're talking about.
Nick, did you play this game?
I did.
What did you think?
So when Robert sent this to me, he was like, "This game is hot stuff, apparently."
That's what Paul said.
It's so not. First of all, as Robert already said, the controls are hot garbage, and for me, I started playing. I completed the first level, or I completed like the first 4 levels because I'm a boss baby, and the level where they introduced the first other car, I crashed into it, but I didn't get a you lose screen. So instead, I drove all around the map. I just drove as far as the sunset could go. And I got so bored because I couldn't even find where the original level was. Like, I drove so far, I couldn't find where the original level was. And so, and there were a lot of invisible walls, too. Like, you could just, like, drive and just crash into nothing. And after that, I deleted it because I didn't know where to go from there.
Yeah, terrible game. Do you have anything else to say, Paul?
Driving Academy 2020 by Games to Win. That's the game.
Yeah.
And I still recommend it because I feel like it's very important to know the kind of developments that are happening in the game industry while we're all on lockdown.
Shut up.
So let's give our scores. Paul?
I want to give this a clap.
You need new emojis so bad. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 10. It's terrible.
I'm going to give it a can't wait for the live action reboot.
It's just Fast and Furious. Okay. So this is usually the part of the show where we go into questions submitted on the Instagram.
Excuse me.
Oh my God. You have no facts about this game.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about facts.
Transitionary sound effect?
Baba Booey.
What was that?
You don't know. You guys don't know what that is, but it's funny.
That sounded like a book hitting a human being, like
No.
a big book.
It's a Baba Booey.
Oh, I know that.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so we usually do questions from the Instagram, but not only did I not ask any questions, we didn't get any questions. So instead, for the first time on the Film Studies Club podcast ever, we're going to use a random question generator until we get bored.
Woo!
So
Yeah.
the first random question is, what brand are you most loyal to? Which I think is a good one. Nick, what do you think?
Amazon.com.
Why Amazon?
Because the CEO is James Chow.
The brand I am most loyal to is the Carscast Moviecast brand, which is the greatest podcast and the greatest achievement of art ever created. And anybody who's not listening to it should, because it's literally the greatest thing ever.
Literally in direct competition with us as another film podcast.
They get like thousands of views. We get about 7.
They're not views, they're listens.
It's no difference. What brand are you most loyal to, Pahul?
Anthony's Mediterranean cuisine.
And is that because it's what you're going to eat after this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Here's the wow. The seriousness of the questions escalated really quickly. What makes a person truly evil? Are they born that way, or did their environment make them that way?
Ooh.
This is a good one. I'm gonna start. This is actually a question that I experience a lot because, like, I don't know. It's like a morality question with like Hitler, because Hitler did awful, terrible things. But can we consider him a terrible guy?
Yeah.
Because he grew up in an environment. Well, okay, he grew up in Germany in the 1930s.
Actually, he grew up in Austria.
He grew up in Austria, which was such an anti-Semitic country in the first place. The environment that he grew up in was so anti-Semitic that I feel like that eventually we would have gotten a Hitler if it wasn't Adolf Hitler. We eventually would have gotten somebody so anti-Semitic that they would try to exterminate an entire race because that's what their environment taught them.
That doesn't make him not a terrible guy, Robert.
That makes his actions terrible, but I mean, what do you think?
He's a terrible guy. I feel like the thing about a person that makes them evil is that I think that makes sense that you're susceptible to follow into the id, which is like, according to Freud, it's like the unconscious thing that wants to battle it out. I feel like if there's a thing in your head which stops you from going all crazy. And I feel like it's a mixture of both how you're born and how you are and also your environment. If Hitler was like put your head down, whatever, I'm just going to do my work, I don't care. People can like shout racial slurs in the street. I don't mind. I'm just gonna go to work. I'm gonna go back. I want to eat food and whatever. Then we wouldn't have Hitler. We would have had Hitler, but he just would have been a nobody. So I feel like you have to be mentally weak to fall into the traps of your ideology. And I feel environment did definitely play a role for people like Hitler, but that doesn't excuse their actions. That doesn't excuse them because they fell into it,
Well, to make somebody mentally weak is also a product of their environment, don't you think? Like Hitler's dad was horribly abusive. Don't you think that type of abuse led him to be mentally weak?
Yeah, perhaps, yeah, but I feel like some people are just born mentally weak. It's just there's genetics in play too. I feel like that's the case.
But his dad didn't do awful things like he did, right?
His dad just beat the kid.
Right, and his mom wasn't like that either. So how can you say it's genetically based when those people didn't go on to, slaughter an entire race?
It's not like genetics is passed on. I mean, okay, it's not like. There's also about opportunity. You have to take that into account. Maybe they had different opportunities at the time. His dad didn't lead the exact same life that Hitler did. Hitler was in an entirely different era compared to his dad, compared to his mom. Women couldn't do anything in those days anyway. I mean, that's a tragedy in on itself. So even if she was horrible or whatever, she wanted to kill Jewish people, she wouldn't be able to do anything because they wouldn't elect her into office to kill Jewish people.
Okay, I understand your view. Nick, do you have any comments?
I think I have no reason to back this up. However, I think that both nature versus nurture has an effect on how evil a person can be. But however, I think that nature can it can make a person extraordinarily evil, and then nurture can make someone very evil. But I think that nurture has a higher chance of making someone evil than nature. However, nature
I agree with you there.
Has the ability to make someone extremely evil rather than just very evil. With that being said, I think Hitler was a bad guy.
Okay. I mean, I think Hitler was a terrible guy as well, and I think his actions are terrible.
None of us on the podcast condone the actions of Hitler.
I am a quarter Jewish. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go on to the next one. What are your goals for the next 2 years?
What?
What are your goals for the next 2 years?
2 years. It's 2021 and 2022.
To eat at the Mediterranean, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, Anthony's.
How often do you want to eat at Anthony's over the next 2 years?
I feel like it's not very healthy, but they have a special thing going on where on Wednesdays it's kind of like half price. So I just go there on Wednesdays sometimes because I get to eat this and this. I'm pointing to my virtual background right now, which is my dinner. I'm really excited, by the way. I mean, I wouldn't mind going right now, but I'm not going to because I'm a responsible vice host.
Good, but what about other plans outside of Mediterranean food for the next 2 years?
Get into a university.
That's
it. IDK is one of them.
you see
IDK,
that?
I've never heard of that.
Did you hear that Cornell is officially suspending SAT and ACT requirements as well?
Yeah, well, it's not required, but I hear that it's encouraged. Like if you take it, like it's only for like people who absolutely cannot take it. Like there's no way time-wise it makes sense for them to be able to take it. But I feel like if you had the chance, take it, it's not gonna hurt you. It's only gonna get
Good.
money go away. But like, yeah, I think if you get a decent score, you're proud of it, show it off.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a thing now where it can only help, it can't hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, my goals for the next 2 years are to get into a film school, and that's about it. Graduate high school, get into a film school, preferably in LA or New York, and I want to see 1 million movies over the next 2 years.
Yeah,
That's my goal, minimum.
Um,
That's a
my
lot of movies a day.
my goal is to get into any UC or maybe a little bit below, like at USC. And
USC is pretty good.
I know. And I wanna be proud of what I do in terms of my academic career, and then after that, probably build my way up to a stable financial income. And then once I get once I get a lot of money from the stable income, I'm going to put a lot of that money into some some things.
This is all happening in 2 years.
Yeah, to give me interest, and then once I garner enough money, I'm going to buy a second home, and then from there.
Buy a Tesla. Buy a Tesla.
Shut
Those
up.
are awesome.
I'm going to buy a second home, and then I'm going to flip it, and then I'm going to sell it for much more money, and then I'm going
This is
to.
all
Nick, this is not 2 years. Shut up.
And then
you're done.
I'm
Hey,
going
Nick,
to watch
you're
The
done.
Boss Baby.
Okay, this one's actually very appropriate because it's a movie podcast. What movie title best describes your life?
Titanic.
Why Titanic?
I don't know.
Boss Baby.
I think.
Watch, she's gonna give an actual answer.
What's a good one for me? No, I have to find an actual answer.
Some like it hot.
I feel like The 40-Year-Old Virgin is a pretty good one. I'm gonna go with Marriage Story. Okay.
Marriage Story. Okay.
If you were a DJ, what would your DJ name be?
DJ P Dog.
Nick, your dad is a DJ, right?
He used to be.
What was his name?
Now he's a professional bowler.
What was his DJ name?
Tim the Toon Man.
Seriously?
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Nick, what would your name be?
DJ Alec Baldwin.
You could do like places in LA and they'd be like, oh my gosh, is it actually Alec Baldwin? And then it would just be a skinny white kid. That would be awesome. I think I would go with, okay, I'm going to have a DJ name, but I'm not going to have DJ in it. I'm just going to have it be Dude. So like I get like, I get like built up in the community.
It's like,
oh,
my
it's
answer
Dude.
to India.
What?
DJ India. I feel like that's better.
India.
That's terrible.
I like P Dog more. Okay. What's the most beautiful beach you've been to? That one sucks. If you had a giraffe that you needed to hide, where would you hide it? This one's good.
Under my bed.
It would not fit, Paul.
Dude, I'd make it fit.
You would kill the giraffe.
Well, if that's what I need to do to make it fit. No, wait. You know how in The Godfather that he chops the horse's head off and puts it in in his bed? I want to do that to Nick.
Okay. Wait, Nick's giraffe or just Nick?
My
Are you gonna
giraffe.
chop off Nick's head?
No, wait, yeah, I'm gonna chop up Nick's giraffe and put it in his bed.
Dang, Nick, where would you hide a giraffe?
Well, what I would do is I would chop off each of the body parts into like small sizes that were like, I guess, the size of this water bottle, and then I would put it into a plastic bathtub, Just
Guys, I think the idea is that the giraffe
Breaking
stays
Bad,
alive.
isn't it?
Oh, actually, yeah, I would be spoiling something for. Never mind.
Yeah, this is Breaking Bad, Nick. This is not Breaking.
Pahul!
Yeah.
Why did you just?
Spoilers.
I hate you.
Okay,
It's not that big of a spoiler. It's like the second episode, isn't it?
No.
I'm on season 2,
Oh.
episode 4.
I'm on season 1, episode 2.
So, Robert, have you seen anything related to bathtubs yet?
No.
Okay, Pahul.
No, but he flushes the body and stuff.
Shut up!
That's what happens, right?
Oh, wait. In season
He gets a
1?
big bucket. Yeah, he gets a big bucket. He
In
puts
season 1.
chemicals in
Okay,
there.
yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. The one guy that was like... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's something to do with bathtubs in there, and then the whole thing breaks, and then there's a bunch of blood and stuff falling and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I am. I just didn't know if Robert knew.
Well, I'd
Oh.
seen season 2.
I don't know. I don't know when that part was. So.
Okay, anyways.
What was the question?
Where would you hide a giraffe?
I wouldn't. I would just keep him as a pet. That's like really cool.
Okay, my answer is that I would hide him at Waterworks Park because I think that's the best place right now. It won't be open probably this summer because of Corona. So like no one will be there. It's like hiding in plain
How about a
sight.
movie theater? Hide it in a movie theater.
The
And
neck
then people are
wouldn't
gonna
fit.
walk in to see like the Avengers or something, and just gonna see a giraffe like eating the screen and stuff.
No, actually, Shasta College would be a good place for a giraffe right now, at least, while it's like all empty.
Or Shasta High School.
Speaking of giraffes,
Oh, what are you gonna do, Nick?
this is a zebra.
All right, here's the next question. Where is the most relaxing place you've been to?
Your mama's house.
Oh.
Not cool, Nick.
Next question.
Honestly, Nick, your house can be like very relaxing.
I know.
Like, I feel like I just go to your house and just like
know.
lounge. You know?
It's a chill
Maybe that's not
environment, what can I
100%
say?
accurate. Most relaxing place I've been to.
Mm.
Wait, where? I have a memory in my head, but I can't pinpoint it.
Pew, pew, pew,
It used to be
pew.
San Francisco, and then I went there recently, and that's like a dirty city. Like, it's gross.
Yeah, San Francisco sucks.
Yeah, I would never live in San Francisco.
Boo.
What's a beautiful place I've been to? I swear, there's this show called Small Mouth Sounds, and the theater environment while watching that show was the most relaxed I've been in my entire life. It was such a good show. Oh my god. Like, there's barely any dialogue in the entire thing. Anyways, what about you, Pahul?
Anthony's.
Yeah, in 20 minutes when I eat my food.
I doubt we're gonna still be doing this for another 20 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, what's the closest
5.
thing to magic that actually exists? That's a good one.
Dark matter.
These guns.
Oh.
Yeah, Nick, you looking real buff. You've been working out during quarantine.
Yeah.
What's your quarantine workout routine?
I get up and I record a podcast, and it's so straining on my muscles.
And
Yeah.
it's once a week.
Did you know that the average person burns 5,000 calories recording a podcast?
Really?
Yeah. That's why you're so
No.
hungry right now, Pahul. I feel like there's a good answer to this. I just can't think of it.
I think the fact that string theory requires the universe to have 10 dimensions.
I think actually just like outer space is probably the closest thing to magic.
That's it. Outer space.
Kerbal
That's the best I got, man.
Oh, Kerbal Space Program. I stopped playing that game.
Me too.
Okay, what's the best way to discover new music?
YouTube recommended.
I do rate your music is pretty good.
The online Instagram trend, or whatever it's called.
Oh
the
yeah,
Bill
with Bill Clinton.
thing, and then, yeah.
Pahul, you should do one of those.
No.
Okay, this one's a good question because it's a movie podcast. What movie made you cry the most?
Infinity War.
Actually?
Well, it's the only movie
Oh,
that's ever made me
oh.
cry.
Yeah. Oh, I understand. Okay. Pahul, what about you? Have you ever cried in a movie?
Nope.
I haven't credit too many movies. I think I like sobbed while watching Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King one time that I watched it.
Why?
Because like I don't know. It's like when it's a huge spoiler. So have you seen it?
I
No,
do
no,
not.
never mind. Never mind. Thank
okay,
you.
Nope.
Thank you for telling. But
How
no,
have you
thank
guys not seen Lord of the Rings? Are you
No,
serious?
I want to read the book first.
I've
I'm
never
gonna
seen a
shut
single.
up.
I've never seen a single Lord of the Ring movie. So.
Okay. What common misconception do you hate to hear repeated as fact? This one's a good one. For
Paul's
me,
ugly.
no.
Aww.
Mine is the fact that everyone thinks it's Luke, I am your father, but it actually is just I am your father.
Mandela.
What about him?
He died or whatever.
You think Nelson Mandela is alive?
He is alive, and he's right behind me.
Not.
Whoa, it's a boss, baby! What?
We need to end this quick. I want to go eat.
No, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
me too.
One more question. No, that one's stupid. That one's also stupid. Okay, if you had a disease named after you, what would be the symptoms?
Too
Mine
sexy.
would be lol movies. It would be movies.
Paul's gone.
Well, who's here? He's just not.
I'm
meant to.
conserving my calories because I'm feeling really hungry.
Okay, well, what about you, Paul? If you had a disease named after you, what would the symptoms be?
Really hungry and wants to eat Greek food.
And that's the podcast.
Wait, Nick, you didn't say yours. Nick,
Yeah!
you didn't say yours. Nick, you didn't say yours.
Being too sexy. Okay, that's the podcast.
Okay, let's not even do the social media handle thing. That never goes over well. How are we gonna end off the podcast? You have to have like a good way to end it.
You can reach me at. Oh wait, we're not doing the social media.
Exactly. So how else are we supposed to end the podcast?
You can reach me at Anthony in 20 minutes.
The end.